everywhere I go, everywhere that I have attempted to go. And I'm going to keep saying this. The terror rings that I have mentioned in these lives as names continue to inundate my life with literal bribery and artifice. These aspects are literally insisting upon retaliation. I can't get a job. I can't do anything. I've literally been trapped inside of one place. Everywhere I go, I'm being forced out. I've been forced out of my apartment. I've been forced out of my life, and no one's done a damn thing because of inundation going on. And from every tier that has to do with enforcement all the way down. So we're staying here until something freaking happens, as well as these TPC code injections. These people are Jason, Damien, Dwayne, and all the other people that Daniel, a few Daniels aspects that are Masakila. Like all of these people are inundated in the same circle that are hairdressers and everything else. They're driving everybody's life crazy. Well, and especially mine. And I'm gonna stay here until I get a view. If there's anything of Van Malone, anything else, Deborah, Dirty, all these people, these weird people. Stephanie, Cassandra, Sandra, Roy, Kanisha, everything. These persons have become Masons or something so that they can join another boys club so they can suck dick. I guarantee you these motherfuckers are homosexual to the core, and they literally go in every building. They've been sucking dick here all night. They literally move from hallway to hallway going and sucking dick and having unprotected sex and then calling themselves some sort of fraternity. Damien and Arlen, you should know about it. Like it. I'm going to list all the companies that I've went to that literally, and the people that I guarantee that they are there, since no one wants to understand the aspect of what is going on as literal life invasion, sabotage, and attack. I'm going to list every company that I've went to and everywhere that these persons, Damien, Daniel, Dwayne, any people encircling Stephanie, any people, Elijah, Bernie, any people encircling aspects that are having to do with Robert or anything, Takisa, Tamika. I guarantee you these people will be at these companies. I have not been called. They don't pick up the phones half the time. I'm being inundated by a stalking enterprise that has been going on. I've listed them in previous lives, and it's literally ruining my life. I'm literally stagnated. These people have forced me out of my habitation. They've made me homeless. I'm literally on the streets, never have been in my life, and I'm being continuously inundated. If people look at and see anything that's going on in your particular live, your streams, anything that you put on, and I'm aspecting for help, it's because I'm doing this now. I go through literal terrorism every day. I've aspected the White House, I've aspected the FBI, I've aspected everything. No one does a damn thing about it. I'm literally being trapped in this. I don't want to go through the circuit. I don't care. Some of these people think that they are media productions. They think that they are reporters, and they get cars. They're swirling me literally with different sorts of people that they give them gifts. They give them cars. They give them pockets full of money. They dropped $30,000 off at spots and had people in hotels that are poor. They've given poor people BMWs to sit in and live in, and then inundate myself. I'm not willing to go through it at all. As I've stated, Roy Malone, Kanisha Malone, whatever church aspect that you're in, since these people are in groups within this city, Jimmy, with Julian, any of these types of people that y'all have to, I don't need this help. I want out of this United States. President Trump and the executive branch, I aspected, and if it doesn't get to you, somebody please send this off, because my videos are literally being swiped and taken away by these literal weird ass groups. They think that they're Masons. They think that there's something else that, or this group that they've tried to become. They've looked up every aspect inside of my literal device through web browser history, cyber stalking as electronic data swiping. Everything that I've asked an AI assistant, everything that I've web searched and browsed, they take it away. They know they know the job aspects that I'm going through web browser history. And this is who they are. They're on the cell towers that the constable would do a job and do a cell dump, and I don't care about retaliating. They've already tried to kill me. They have had a gun have taken $8,000. They've taken all my credit cards. They've taken all my bank accounts. They have my wallet. They have my social security. They have my ID, and they're still doing it. I'm not sure what part you Masons play in it, because Jason thinks that he's a Mason or something, or someone else is sucking dick. I know they've been sucking dick in these hallways all night, and they come in through the back. They come in through the doors by people letting them in, and everything else that is of the particular company that I worked with. And Joseph, Amao, whatever role is it that you play, you feel sorry you're being run around. You're having to do extra work, such as some of the Daniel, aren't you a go-go dancer? And which others of you are strippers within male clubs and Club Houston, which is a homosexual strip club, or homosexual club that's like a den for. And I have no problem with homosexuals. I have no problem if you self-identify as that. Everybody's free. I'm friends with every type of person. I have problems with you using homosexual as a literal badger and wearing it on your sleeve and going around making all of your other people look completely asinine by going around prostituting yourselves and community restrooms, enacting all sort of staph infections and communicable diseases. If you are helping out, then why in the hell are you not at these jobs that I went to go apply for, and they're sitting dormant, and I'm well overqualified, and then I'm sitting within aspects of being pushed out of my habitation with nothing else to show for anything that I've worked my ass off since having cancer and getting my ass up to walk, even though it's a daily uphill battle, and it's never something that's okay, and I continue to literally suffer. It's some people, they have to do these different tug of wars with aspecting food. Sometimes I eat, sometimes I don't. If it's a good day, depending on what these people stole, correct, away from a facility that's a charity, correct, Michael? These people have stolen all of my clothes. I only have a certain amount of clothes that I have acquired to step outside the door to go do some random aspect of getting a job that will never work, because this inundation that has aspected me through its human trafficking, it's coercion through aspect of how much I will make, and depending on how much I talk, it's retaliation. I won't be able to work to feed myself as it is until this group aspects that they have complete control over my life through coercion. Someone that has disability qualities, no matter if you can tell or not, I have to continue to go, because otherwise I would literally be in a hospital with someone trying to take power of attorney over me again. I've eaten the most nutritionless food that's aspected towards me in the last 6 months, per the actions of the perpetrators that I have enacted in my bank ledgers, eating nutrition dense food, and it's not going on anymore. I'm being terrorized. I'm being terrorized day and night. Everything inundated, all of my electronics, all of my paperwork, everything has been taken. My social security number, I'm telling you again, it's being used by people to get cars, to literally live in habitations, and I don't have anywhere to live. These people have taken, and I've been a grown ass man. I've never in my life been homeless. These people have made me fucking homeless. The police have not done anything. If they're doing something, no one's let me know. They can act like they can't find me, and I'm out every damn day trying to do something about my damn life so I won't be trafficked or literally sitting about and being literally stagnated. I'm a grown-ass man, and I'm aspecting stagnation. Stagnation is a part of inflation. President Trump, if you want to know what's going on, all those fake reports about people getting a job, that shit is not going on here. It's not going on with me. It's where everybody else around. I'm in a place where everyone else around me has a damn job. They're getting something, but I don't have shit. That doesn't make sense, especially if I filled it out. And I'm going to stay here in aspect, and I thank all the observers who have not been obtuse, and who literally, it may be going on to different people in your life, because it's circulating throughout the United States. There are many people from many different countries within our state and within every aspect of facility that I have been to, and they have aspect of the same terrorists. They're running away from their state. Whatever that is going on, the Department of Justice is lying. You are somewhere, these people are putting on literal programs for TV that are, maybe it's a public disguise, but there is nothing that's going on here. Everyone is I'm not lying. This is like, there's some people need to aspect the Nuremberg trials or international law. It is literal terrorism going on in the United States. We are in concentration camps. Bitch, I don't know what they're trying to practice. They're trying to do some enactment like you're not North Korea. North Korea doesn't have this much crime. You can't make this country executive branch North Korea in some type of overnight. And I'm not willing to participate in whatever the bullshit that you people have going on with the aspect of parametric speakers, acoustic arrays, and pinpoint talk. Look it up. It's going on in the United States, like just like it's going on in North Korea. They just have the audacity to blare it out over speakers and let it be known. I don't care. I'm over this shit. I want a fucking functional life. You can't take away people's nutrition and then lock us up in motherfucking concentration camps if we find one, and then they try to penalize you for being outside. So in any type of way, you're gonna aspect to have to be in jail. I would rather be in jail. At least I would have 3 meals a day. I would not have to worry about what I have to do for a job or bills, because I would be in the same place. And they don't care as long as you black, brown, or anything else. As long as you go to jail, it seems that they would have the aspect to take your creativity, your IP infringement rights from being aspected in a fixed medium, to be able to take and use as their own if they have garnered this aspect through wiretapping, Electronic Communication Privacy Act violations. I've continued to say that this is going on, and it's been a problem because I've aspected every branch of government over the last 8 years. I've been a victim since Hurricane Harvey. I'm a hurricane survivor. I've literally lost everything. The water was literally over the roof. I had to be airlifted with helicopters to get to a safe location. Me and some other people who bust through a factory to help other people escape, and I escaped in a boat with a hole in it out the back of the damn neighborhood, and I'm still going through hell ever since this date of living in hotels, of which I've never had to do because I've always been to my family's insistence. And ever since this, I literally have lost my life. This is 8 years ago. That's a decade of my life. It's been racketeering, and it's staying racketeering, and my life has never gotten easier. It's only gotten literally easier. I don't think it wasn't easier when I was in the hospital with cancer. It wasn't any easier when I was asking doctors, how long do I have to live? And in this aspect, my life, you would think that somebody that has gone through this and is still going through this, and I'm a cancer survivor, that I would be able to have freaking disability rights. I would be able to aspect to live my life, heal my body, and not go through any of the mundane bullshit of literal mental illness. I am not willing to go through whatever hazing processes these people have going on. You don't haze grown people. That's called exploitation. It's called injury to a disabled person. And that's what's going on. These people don't follow their laws here, and I'm going to let that be known clear today. You're going to keep harassing me. You're harassing a disabled person and pushing me out into the elements, and literally I'm literally functionally fighting for my life every day. I'm still here. I've been aspecting doing everything that I want to have to do, and I'm aspecting that as evidence to find a fucking job. So I can take care of myself, so that I can eat a fucking nutrition-filled or nutrition-dense diet. That's the aspect, so I don't mitigate feeding cancer with all kinds of aspects of maltodextrin, different forms of sugar, aspecting anything that's been on my bank ledger that I have not changed in the aspect of 3 years when I've tried to modulate my entire diet so that I can at least let this work for me, and food be medicine. This is taken away from me, snatched out of the aspects of jealous homosexuals within that group. And again, homosexuals, I don't have a problem with you that you identify that you have the right to do anything you want to do, because I can do any damn thing I want to do, and no one can tell me a fucking thing about it. They're not gonna whoop my ass. I am literally telling you those ones that they use that against yourself because they find it as a weakness or a clear entry point into your life, because you're so sexually predisposed and inundated that they are literally exploiting your sexuality and making you seem like a stereotype. And then they're purporting this inside of those fraternities and some of these Hellenic ass traditions that they have going on, and driving people crazy, running and driving in front of freaking transit buses, driving in front of cars, making all kinds of erroneous types of errors and wrecks. The statistics are it's safer to fly an airplane than it is to drive on the ground. I would never drive my own fucking car on the fucking ground. These people are absolute bat nuts, and it's allowed, especially in this red state. There's nothing Republican about this damn state. It is a complete mess. Whatever is going on, the mayor, they have taken over his office. They've taken over the goddamn governance of it's a lot of fucking counties here, but governor and lieutenant governor, I would literally dare you to use your helicopters and come and aspect whatever staff you have to go around to each county as it should be per an ombudsman to literally do the job of aspecting what is the cataclysms of what is not functioning in this state and in the United States Department of Justice. When it's a network aspectual issue, it's an issue. When it floats across the United States and every person most people that represent, and most people in the United States are only on the northeastern side mostly. Everything else going towards Nevada, Montana, all that, you may have sparse populations, but that's government territory aside from California and then Hawaii way out in the ocean. Everyone else is in the big state of Texas and aspecting through some parts of Colorado now, and moving all through the northeast and everything that's the original colonies, the Carolinas, Carolinas, through Florida, everywhere else within the insistence of Missouri, Kentucky, all of this inundation. This is where the most of the United States is inlaid and saturated, and most of the people that come from these aspects that are as if it's the United Nations here, they have the same outlook that they are going through terrorism. They're being chased about that certain that certain aspects of insistence of which they represent the blue collar sector, and moving on up, they aspect that they cannot get a job. They're running to these places where they're still not going to get a job, and they have trails. There are trails of homeless people here. It may as well be called the Oregon Trail here. There are trails of homeless people that represent many of the populace of most states in the Northeast and the central United States that are going through terrorism. Excuse me, my fucking charger. Fuck this shit. All I want to do is fucking have a functional fucking life like a fucking adult. These people have played the most stupid games that their children, I'm sure, and they have children. Their children are more, mature than people are. I've seen children literally, especially children in China and Korea, that are being taught by AI, and I can't wait till AI takes over the law, takes over police departments like it has in Japan with those rolling balls that has it with drones. It's not all police, but some of you will be able to retire with your pension and be very well and work alongside with the AI agent. I can't wait for technology to catch up with the United States, and we're not stuck in the dark ages anymore. Like China is living in the future, and they literally, as well as Japan and us. I would love to be in North Korea right now. At least they don't have crime. I don't give a fuck about communism. We have that shit here, and no one is talking about it in the same way. We have an illusion of democracy, and you can shoot me, you can talk. They already tried to take my life. The people have already had a gun to my head. I've already been taken of over $50,000 to this date and counting. That's not riches or anything else, but it's a substantial guap, and it's a substantial lump sum. Let me be more articulate about it. Since no one is articulating, I'm never going to shut up. I want functionality. I want to act. I want to be an adult. I want adults that have jobs. I want adults that, even in your fraternities, I would love for your fraternity people to be a functional adult. I would love for you to stop enacting terrorism and go home and read a story to your damn children. Talk to your children so that they're not autistic and have any other type of aspect of intellectual deficit, because they cannot hear the speech pattern diction from their parents in their house, and that they're not indoctrinized by these weird insistences of literal cult-like practices that should be under FBI phase A. Do y'all's fucking job. Stop waiting around. Stop listening with the damn man in the middle trucks. It is time to act. Slowness and weakness and the wild cost lives. This has cost my damn life, and I have a problem with it. Grown-ass people sitting around watching people enslaved while you eat your faces off, and you continue to ride around in cars you can't pay for, and they let you trail around the city in perimeters and go to gas stations as if your life is free, and you're paying every other entity but yourself, putting it into a goddamn high-yield savings and not aspecting your life, and you run back and forth and stay at these damn jobs that you continue to have, you can't get paid for, so you're taking and harvesting people's personal identifying information, their social security, and anything else that has to do with themselves, their government issued IDs, so as to insist upon garnering factors that are worth much more, because your personal identifying information is worth a lot on every type of market that can be aspected per embezzlement and any other fiduciary misallocations that you people are running in these literal hub insistences of trafficking and harvesting people for their organs, so that you people that have drunken or have aspects to become drunks and literally wasted your liver, or you're taking other people's medication and understanding pharmaceuticals are drugs, and you have to be under the care of a supervision, and without that you could ruin your liver. Stop taking my medication. Stop taking others' medication. Go take your homosexual ass to the doctor, and if you have AIDS, you need to motherfucking go there and get your ass treated, and stop freaking going around infecting other people, thinking that stealing medication from these literal vulnerable populations is going to heal your damn body. CDC, it's a saturation problem. If most of the United States is in concentrated areas, we're having situated aspect of documented STDs and other sexually transmitted diseases that these people are prostituting themselves, going into, they inundate. You cannot go to hotels. Those are literal hubs for human trafficking. You cannot go to any other type of, most apartments, they're hubs for human trafficking, information harvesting. It's literally a madhouse, and it is animal farm inside of the United States. I would like a job. I would like everywhere that I go to not aspect and linger out whatever's going on. I don't need tolling. I need functionality. I need a state of proceedings, not stagnation, so that I can actually get back to a functional life. I'm a grown man, and I would like to aspect literal things that make sense to a reasonable-minded person and Aristotle's court of common-minded people. Be mad at it, but I'm telling you how to do your job. If you would not go to job and eat donuts and drink coffee, and or go to your job so that you can use your PTO, so that you can go to a hotel and whore yourself out and bring your wife back STDs because you're getting your dick sucked at Club Houston and you're a man, or sitting in a swing taking more ass or taking more dick and using your ass as every other channel canoe or channel canal that is aspected, that should be aspected per anything with the infrastructure to keep it flowing so that we can have a trajectory of flowing currency, then you would know what the hell is going on. Crime. Organized crime, but it's organized because it's wrapped in all of these corporate structures that have anonymous actors integrating with this anonymity to make sparse their crimes and think that they can have public immunity, or that they cannot be touched by anybody. DOJ, they cannot be touched. Executive branch, I would love for you to aspect the decree of receivership and take more aspectual control. These states have way too much power, and they're way too ignorant to facilitate it, unless it's California and you have some fake ass Rodney King as surgeons going on in this type of insistence that they want the people to upsurge. I guarantee you down here in the South, people are much more conservative. They're not going to upsurge. They're going to become slaves like they have been. And we have July 4th coming up. How ironic. The 250th anniversary of fucking freedom, and ain't a goddamn thing free here. It's 250 fucking million slaves. Prime, are you a job? I would love for you to hire me. I need to be somewhere where I can make a functional living and eat just like everybody else eats, to feed that. I want to feed. I'm my own family. What is it called? I am head of household. I would love to be fed and feed myself as a functional adult, and I have to look for handouts from other grown people that go and feed their children, then come back and think that I'm their damn child or that I'm their goddamn pet. Bitch, I have seen dogs and poodles eat better than myself. Look at my goddamn, it's drying the fuck out. It's doing everything sparse from these jealous ass. And let me tell you something again, I'm getting back at these homosexual people that integrate yourself in these fraternities of which I have named inside of the past lives. I'm not going to go through the 40 names in my contact list that have been inundated. My pitiful family and everybody else that has enacted with the most obscene. Let me tell you something. Being in the fraternity does not make your ass absolute. Being a Mason does not make you absolute, son. You still are the state law and federal law abides. There are Masons in jail. There are fraternity members in jail, and so will you find yourself if you keep literally acting under the color of law and acting official oppression, systemic oppression, and literally not following the insistences since this law aspected within the Geneva Convention and as enwrapped in its treaties to this aspectual insistence. Which would ask insisting upon giving international reviews every part of the cycle of a year. I'm going to make you responsible for what the hell I'm going to use this state's processes against your ass until I'm granted amnesty by the Department of Justice or FEMA to get my ass out of here, since these aspects of persons that I have named that are on the cell towers that you can do a cell tower dump and aspect their device ID, MAC address ID, that's who they are. Don't aspect me with a damn problem. I don't have any problems. You aspect any fucking mental problem with the MIR scan. I've never aspected to show anything but intelligence from reading at a literal college level age in third grade as aspected by the government. You can get on there, you can research it since you're looking up everything else. I am talented in the mind and in my aspectual articulation, aside from being inundated with the level of stress that is immaturity going on with these sexual deviations and aspects of literal deviance that is enacted to such a degree that you cannot live your life. This is called a mental disorder psychiatric community. That's why psychology is a pseudo type of science now. It's enacted that there are literal aspects of nuanced problems that are going on, and it seems like a big one, seeing Sigmund Freud. This is what's called a problem. When something aspects to take up the entirety of your mind. That's an obsession. When it interferes with your ability to make a living and do your job effectively, and you can't even run the mechanisms of the country that make it run. This is a mental problem. These people need to be aspected with a Stafford Act to be institutionalized and get them off the street. Do a reverse on an animal farm. Quit hunting me for my goddamn liver, or aspecting and literally becoming liabilities on the state using my goddamn tax dollars. The working class has your ass taxed the most, not the people in the $250,000 bracket and up. You don't pay a goddamn thing in this instance. You got to, if you want to do a charitable write-off and be philanthropic, because philanthropy has to do with what you have to get off so that you're not aspected with capital gains in the first place. You're not helping nobody else the fuck out. You're trying to relieve yourself of this matter. Help myself with your goddamn philanthropy, and get me the fuck out of Dodge. And we not talking about Michigan, where they have trying to make America great again. This bitch is not great. It's going through hell, and I'm here to tell about it. Ruth Stanton, your child needs help, bitch. I don't need a motherfucking thing but professionalism. You understand that? I'm a whole Lauryn Hill song, bitch. Don't you ever come in my goddamn thread talking about any motherfucking thing. And anybody that's in cyber fucking or anything else, this is one of them bitches that's probably motherfucking harassing me, and your fucking your MAC address, ID address, and your IP log will be fucking mapped for that matter. Bitch, go take care of your fucking child and your motherfucking man and make sure he's not fucking somebody at Club Houston, bitch. Coming here talking about I need motherfucking help, bitch. I'm voicing my fucking my freedom of speech per the fucking my bill of my constitutional rights, bitch. And per the Bill of Rights, bitch. And you need to get your ass out of here again and go fucking take care of your fucking child, for you won't have one, bitch. 764 be all inundated driving your bitch ass child crazy. Don't come here talking about shit about what the fuck you think I need, bitch. Thank you. Message retracted. Bitch, it's already been aspected upon this feed. Your IP address is logged, ho. Y'all better be careful of, hi, how are you doing? Y'all better be careful about this stalking. The statute in this state of cyber stalking is the same. And I'm gonna make sure that this state uses the laws that I've had some motherfucking I've obsessed about the laws so that I understand what's going on in my life so that I don't have to be crazy, ma'am. And no one else has to be crazy. And if someone else can relate that they don't feel like that they have to go crazy. Everyone else look up parametric speakers, para, P-A-R-A, metric, M-E-T-R-I-C, speakers, and what it does. Holosonic technologies, and they're using them in museums and everything else, so it's a reality. You're not crazy, and so are probably not most of your freaking family members. Hi, North Korea. Hi, Korea. I've seen very lovely things about you when they try to demonize and paint this false narrative around a lot of countries. That's literal defamation of aspects upon this aspect of law. Hi, other aspects of different people that have functionality. Their culture does not seem to be getting off on being driven crazy. Welcome to America. So sorry that I have to represent an embarrassment of life of what's going on. I'm not going to be. I've been embarrassed enough. I'm tired of wearing the cone on my head. Oh, okay, because it's going through literal aggravated stalking. These are the literal incident numbers that I'm going through, government receipt numbers. So when you say you think I need help, I need literal help. I do. I need help finding a job. I need help literally functioning as an adult. I need help so that I can get funds to get a passport so that I can get out of this country. If you renounce your citizenship, you may not be able to come back, but there's nothing here left. Everything's been taken away from me. Family, friends, I don't have family, friends, none of that shit. So I don't care. I've long ago have harbored literal deadened acts of emotion. I'm numb. So I have nothing to look forward to. I don't have birthdays. I don't have holidays. If you look at all the past shorts, videos, I literally was on Christmas eating beans out of a can because I was forced away from working on Thanksgiving. Any of that, every birthday I've been aspected to almost suicidal ideation because of being taken, and not because I have esteem problems. I have the most esteem out of the persons that I've named inside of past lives that are whom investigators should aspect to be looking for to question. I don't let people out. I don't let people in. And these news media channels in this city, what if you're capturing anything, it's nothing any better. and any judges that keep letting these persons out when some of these officers bring them in, you're not making any life any better. I don't want to scream and holler and be all rambunctious. I want to be a person that's getting over cancer, that literally is trying to live my life so that I don't have a lapse in my immunity that has been caused through theft of medication, so as to insist upon myself becoming blind again. I only have the amount of vision that I'm going to have, expect what's going on with myself, and I don't wear it on my sleeve, some of you homosexuals. Okay. Apology aspected. See, at least that's an adult response to what's going on. And I understand flipping through people's aspects, you only see a fraction within the second that I've come up in the live about what's going on in culture. Believe me, I would much rather be watching you guys as YouTubes and looking at things that have to do with nature, and as I always do, or learning about something so that I don't have to go around and literally aspect domestic terrorism on civilians' lives, or compromise any infrastructure of a corporate entity that I'm aspected into to use because I have nothing to do at work, or using PTO so that you can go into hotel. Look, it's nothing. If you want to be a whore, be a whore. It's what they say. Some of you are American. Some of us are American. Some of you, I've just been born here, but I'm still a slave. I'm going to start reading about slavery today since I can't do anything else. It's a literal madhouse of thunderstorms. Do you want to do a stay of proceedings of an attorney amicus? Excuse me, everyone. I'm highly stressed. A grown person would be if every turn you are blocked from working. All of your credit cards, bank accounts have been taken systemically. I don't have time for this game. There are persons in this city that you get free cars, or you get cars. They make you have to sleep outside and be homeless. That's the end of whatever ritualistic aspect this is. I keep stating so fucking plainly. Excuse the expletives. I don't mean to. But this is what's it called? Excited utterances. This is non-testimonial view. It's not so much legalese at one point. I am tired. I need help out of this country. I'm very calm. I've always been all of my life. Most people would not know I'm in a building, and I would live with them. They don't even know I'm in the house, or you wouldn't even know I'm in my apartment. I am being driven into literal oblivion by fraternal people they used to be in fraternities, and they're using this as counterintelligence upon civilians. I'm being retaliated against. My eyes are going cross. I'm so goddamn. That's a brain. My brain is like it's not focusing. Every brain has been contacted. Nothing is doing a damn thing. I don't need to be surveyed like I'm an animal on Discovery Channel. I need for aspectual persons to act. I want to heal myself from cancer. It's not, you're just over it, it's done. And I still never complain. I'm wiped out already from the exertion that I've aspected. But people that have normal immune systems, they're walking around watching my ass deplete and keep being depleted. They've not ever had to ask a doctor, will they die? So they don't understand that I'm not here playing. But they're playing with my life. They're tiring me out. They're making sure I eat the most I can't eat, or I eat the most dead food as possible. Food is medicine. And literal inclusion with organized criminal activity groups to bribe and aspect the most dead foods. If you see the lot of the shorts, I've been going through this since literal February in the most extreme way. I've been forced out of my habitation. These persons, there was a freeze here in this state. I told where we had to go to warming centers. So in case, because my power went out, and that would have been weaponized against me, of course. So in this aspect, these people had us sleeping on floors. So people in the United sleeping on literal what is it called? Linoleum, whatever the floors are. On cold floors with no mats. Eating, before they brought food, there was no food. It was literally, you had to ask for a bag of chips or something else to eat. Starvation tactics. I'm telling it all because I have told this city that I'm done playing this game. I am done being inundated by persons that have crossed state lines to come to this city to purposely enact the same deviant aspectual coercion as a tool that's used as precursory for stalking, so that you are aspecting criminal trespass with aspect terroristic threats, literally obstructing and maneuvering or adulterating the processes of building functions for which are aspected as commercial settings, insisting racketeering. I've been to multiple law offices. I've called multiple law offices. No one represent me. When you have aspectual evidentiary claim, I aspect to make so that you can have a ready-made case load, so that I can keep the docket afresh. I'm inundated. I really don't want. I hate aspecting the law. If people have done this, I understand why 60 police officers quit every day across the United States, and the number is more. They have a shortage, and that's because of the literal trafficking that goes on, and the literal aspects that they can't really help anybody. They can't help anybody if judges keep letting them out, and you people keep electing the wrong fucking judges. Not all, but definitely some are probably going to be retaliated against, starved, put into the streets more so. And anybody else that's been of help to this point, I'm not talking about you. Some of you know that you've been very much aspectual help. I cannot call you out to say I don't want you retaliated against. I don't want you followed per your house, and because you are doing what humans do. It's not woe is me. When the broad aspect of the majority of people look in, there are some people that change their minds about whatever they thought that is the antagonizing group or the perpetrators to literally facilitate, try to help. But these are driven crazy by putting parametric speakers on them and them aspecting and this literal inundation of literally bodily injury, which is assault. I need to work. Some would say, then why get up and work? I've done everything that any normal person. There are so many people in this city that have jobs that are not qualified. You can see it everywhere you go. There have been terror groups that have gotten their people hired this is a tactic used of human traffickers. They have done it at every place that I have addressed, or they have followed me on anything that's a transit aspect or an Uber ride to use the device to aspect to where I go drop off, and they use some of you. They've inundated your life so much that you're tired and you become vagrants and you become the populace that's on the street, and they use these people to be visual spies and look out. This is a form of oral interception, which makes you party in this state to aspectual the serious crime of stalking towards myself and acting under the statute of organized criminal activity. That's a first degree felony. They don't care. And the reasons you don't care is because and that is what is of importance to understand. Per the Department of Justice and anybody that's an aspectual person aspecting the law, this denotes to you that these people have organizational genius, and it goes higher up than them just being regular people. Regular people can be controlled. Vagrants on the street can be controlled. It's people that are integrated into professions such as enforcement that gives them such bravado and entitlement aspects, which is a DSM-5 psychiatric problem. They deserve to be in a hospital, and the president or the governor can aspect the president to insist upon a Stafford Act to aspect this institutionalization. They need to be taken off of the freaking public sector until they can integrate with sound and reasonable mindedness into the populace of what are aspected the normal range spectrum of what is considered lawful in this state that aspects itself within the United States. You need to pick them up off of the streets. It would not go on in North Korea. It doesn't go on in Japan. You can go there in the street. The streets are clean. The transit stations, the airports are clean. You have people laid out like they are in coffins and they are fully alive and functioning because they've been so inundated and tired and bullied by people that are aspected to protect them. AI, artificial intelligence, is taking over your jobs. Some of you precursory aspects that have to do with lawyers, that I've went to many, and none of them have helped me. Not that I know if they've helped. They literally are in the background as some sort of attorney, hidden amicus. They're the eyes of the court. I need an attorney ad litem as well. I should have had a solitude of which I did not have to be in it with every sort of opportunistic infectious aspect per what I'm going through health-wise. That's not been garnered. I've been treated like a criminal for calling out my rights, for stating what's wrong to me. There's been EMTALA violations across the board with emergency management. I don't have notes right now. The medical violations. My medical aspects have been used for other persons. Instead of doing peaceful protest and aspecting their First Amendment to what they are going through, like I'm doing right now, and fighting for my functional life. People that the president has taken off of Medicaid, that he's taken off of Section 8, that he's taken away their food stamps instead, and their healthy body. Their immune system is a lot stronger than mine. They're terrorizing the public and people that have tried, and it's heartbreaking. I've tried my ass off for the last 3 years. It's a struggle. It's not harder. I have pain when I walk. People don't know that because I don't have to wear it on my sleeve. And I'm treated like a criminal in the United States for enacting what it has on its Bill of Rights and constitutional wall. I got to go try again to see what I can do for work. I guarantee you it's going to. And before its aspect that I'm putting in this video, I'm going to be driven into the streets, wondering about. It's all on CCTV, so the city can't say that it doesn't see. Let me tell you something. I've worked with CCTV downtown, and you can see almost directly into the backs of people's cars. They can see your license plates. You have license plate readers. I'm stating it because I'm tired. And with the aspect of investigators, when there's an investigation, every perimeter corner of a freaking circuit of sidewalk street has cameras. So you see the distress that I'm under. This is called gross negligence, reckless endangerment. I was walking out into the streets when these persons took my corrective eyewear, walking into traffic, aspecting retinal detachment. I've had to pick myself up. I want to go now, but I've had to put on aspectual notice what's going on. And if it's not your particular fraternity, if you're not the particular person that's Masonic or anything else that's going through, then I'm not talking to you. Some of you have people that you need to aspect your worshipful master. They don't represent the views of that house, and they can be asked to be expelled for an insistent time. This is what you should be doing as officers in your lodge if you have rogue members. But the craft, as I'm aspected, they don't have hazing tactics of this sort. These are people that are aspected per your other Hellenic instances. If you're in the Divine Nine and you're crazy, you're crazy. You're just going to have to attack me and follow me throughout life. If you're not, you need to aspect about what's going on with your brother or your sister. You're not absolute above the law. You're not a prince. That's called delusion. There are billionaires in jail. I think they would fare well to a billionaire that can pay for a whole city block. They don't care about your fraternity and your secret going on, which you have a right to aspect. And some of it is it's some sort of illuminating indulgence. That's not myself. I'm not delusional. I'm going through absolute hell, and I want out. I want out of this country because it won't functionally make sense. I can't reach anything that's a lawful measure in time enough to as the aspect of the mental injury and aspectual irreparable harm to my psychological happiness has literally been destroyed. Judge, this is what I was coming to court for. Functionally grabbing everywhere in my life that I thought would have helped. There's nothing that helps. It is literally the I've gone through absolute hell in this country that you call the United States. I'm having to give up my citizenship because I'm being driven so crazy out of retaliation, and I'm so tired that I can't even use this currency. No one will hire me. I can't fucking make money. Everybody's been inundated by and I'm telling you, every place that's in this web browser history, FBI, IC3, check it. If you want to do your jobs, if you're not getting your dick sucked and being bribed, if you actually love your family and you actually do your job and you're not literally lonely at some of these people, so that you are in back rooms and storage closets and in commercial buildings and in my apartment having anal sex, getting hepatitis, because that's what you get when you have anal sex. Licking ass, because that you get hepatitis. Eating, I don't care how much someone cleans their ass, they have shit smeared inside of their intestinal canal. You go home and then kiss your wife in the mouth. Or when you get oral sex in here and then you come and talk in people's face and all over devices, after you suck a dick and after you have cunnilingus and other aspects, you literally have these skin cells flying out of your mouth for at least an hour if you're not using antiseptic, and then you still have to be quiet. So these people are spreading all these bacterial aspects, and they don't care. They go back home to their wives and their some of you, your husbands, while fucking some of these people that you think are gonna give you a segment on television, put your business on television for a little commercial. Everybody wants to be on Deborah Duncan in this city. You have the right to have salacious, opportunistic, infectious liaisons. You don't have the right to ruin my life and other persons that literally have worked or are now working their asses off, either by not literally inundating and plundering other persons, by literally taking care of their responsibilities, such as their own lives, which is your responsibility. And it's the responsibility of the state to take care of its people per the module of what you garner from Roman aspectual insistences within your social studies, and not take away our freedoms, not take away aspects and have people starving in the streets, and you people with all these billions of fucking dollars that aspect this philanthropy, you can't even funnel that to anybody, or if you do, we don't receive it because these persons that are literally not vetted properly and not aspected upon appropriate intrusion because they've been aspected and hired by people that are easily bribed. I can't wait for literal artificial intelligence to start hiring people to read past what in some Fortune 500 companies already aspect the module to mitigate liability before it enters your company and has your ass sued. It's damages that people get the money from, and it's damages that I'm going to continue to see. Let me make this plain. I am enjoying every aspect of what has infiltrated, if I've been to you, the life. If you've ever aspected loyalty towards me, I'll never forget it. I'm aspectually a man in that type of capacity. You enter in any aspect that you've taken away from my life. You sent me through literal aspects of chemical assault, any aspects of mental assault. I am coming for your aspectual business, whatever business that you work in and that you use the insider business privy that you have, using any freaking instrument that has aspected as an assistance of force towards myself. I'm coming for you, your entity, and I'm not stopping. What you may aspect as insistent craziness is not craziness. I am crazy about making sure that I become obsessive about learning what the hell I'm going to entail, so that my attorney ad litem doesn't miss a damn thing in court, because I'm going to get every piece of damages and literal exemplary damages, punitive damages, as it's aspected together to deter the aspectual perpetrators from ever doing this offense again. I'm going to get liquid damages. I'm going to get everything that damages. Triple the aspect because of what I went through. I will retire and I'm going to write a book about what the hell I've been through. That's how I'm going to aspect as a functional adult that has a trajectory of what's aspected in your near future plans and aspectual what is it that you want to do. That's what the fuck I have to do. Not because I wanted to. I would love to have been very calm, been very much meditative and tranquil and healing from cancer. I don't have that fucking option because you have criminals in freaking work clothes. Not all of you. Don't take this personally. If it's not you, then I'm sure that you'll sit there smiling, understand. You know what your colleagues do. You try to be quiet so that they don't hunt you down. I get that. Believe me, I get it. Everyone's not professional. They're to do a job, but that everyone's not professional. You're not paid to behave the way that you want to. You're paid to do your job. The Bill of Rights and the Constitutions, it's aspirational at this point in this state of mind and in this country. Means nothing. You have a socialist society. You have quasi-communistic societies. This country needs to call out what the hell we have. It's not a republic for which it fucking stands. It stands upon statues that literally aspected aspirational European thoughts. People are going to have to break away from this motherfucker, just like aspects people have to break away from what you thought. You probably need to be under the aspect of the crown, of the British crown at this point. It's uncontrollable. Of the 13 original colonies. Absolute chaos. Absolute barbarism. Absolute terrorism in the United States. Go figure. When y'all stop getting rid of, if you stop having television programs about what you're doing as foreign policy, I'm not sure if that's true either. I know that they're lying about what's going on inside of the damn country. Say it's not a damn thing going on but terrorism and concentration camps. Germany? No, baby, they drank Hitler's gas chambers and everything. Bitch, I'm not lying or exaggerating. They drank out of Hitler's chalice. Bitch, they taking the blue pill, red pill, and rainbow colored pill, bitch. These hoes are so down the rabbit hole, it's become your husband's ass. How the fuck they trying to have? I heard somebody say they're trying to get rid of. They trying to aspect something about some circle. What is it called? Some type of aspect tackle these homosexuals, and they're all homosexual. Go to Club Houston. Am I lying? I'm not aspecting against your establishment. You've harbored a protective den to keep out of the way and keep discreet your aspects. I'm talking about the people that go in there and terrorize everybody, and then go in there and try to use you people up, and then once they fuck with the homosexuals, they try to go kill them and shit. Hang them from trees, and then they have these goddamn hate crimes against the persons because they're mentally not aspectually reasonable as an adult to aspect that you decided to start licking ass. Nobody did. Why you shoot the person that gave you a good time? Well, because they don't want to be under your thumb. Every whim of expression that you want to aspect some sort of weird ass deviation of sexual and those of you that are hanging upside down in fraternities, hanging upside down in caves sucking dick how Olympic, bitch, you deserve a fucking medal. Become responsible. Become American for whatever, and stop letting the other countries that you seem to want to aspect some sort of polarizing aspect so that people think that the morale and the aspect of justice of the global police belongs to the United States. It does not. It belongs to China and everybody else that got these robots. Put AI intelligence here. Thank you.